Hey guys, welcome to Raj Makes Money. How are all my money makers doing today? And what a wild ride in the markets today. We had never got in the green today, but was pretty close to almost even today, and then all the way down a lot. Came back, but unfortunately wound up at the end of the day down for the day. So not too bad, 117,000. Still had a terrific week, and we've had a terrific last 30 days going. I'll show you guys some stats. We've been on fire, had a great comeback from where we've been here in the past, but take a look. So down 117,000, and pretty much all of that was in AMC. If AMC today down 158,000, so that was pretty much all our loss. If that one would have gone the other direction like I was hoping it would have, but the good news is we had all those hedges, plus I put some other hedges on during the day to pick up some more profit throughout the day. So or could have been a lot worse today, but the hedges really pay off. So IDX today down a penny, hoping for this one to get running, like I said, some more, either get up to that near 1350. We'll sell those calls on it, hedge it some more and hopefully get called out. Wish, my wish came true, the 1350 call, so we'll be out of this one. So we had a nice profit all in all on Wish. We made about $160,000 in the last week or so. And like I said, that one worked out really good for us, and it'll be gone, and that frees up a lot of cash. We'll free up about 1.5 million more in cash in the account. Clover Health, this one got clobbered. It seems to really move. The good news is we did that hedge, so we picked up $47,000 on the 1650 calls. We'll definitely hedge it again next week, and it's so nice that they have the weekly contracts now on that. So at least it can help us bring our price down. Probably do this, well, I'd like to see it hopefully go up a little bit, and then we'll hedge it. But, I mean, this one moves. I mean, it's been as high as 15 bucks. It moves all over the place and moves down just as fast as it goes up. So hopefully that big short squeeze they're talking about, they'll get in here and do something with. Jaguar up 5 cents today. We still have those monthly calls that we sold against that one. AMC, like I said, a lot of calls, and the hedges worked out well. Picked up a couple $100,000 in hedges. My average cost now is about probably about $56, $57 in there. So hopefully this one goes up a few points, and then we can sell some more contracts on it Monday or Tuesday this week, and unless it really runs strong. But hopefully that, and it will get us a nice profit. Now, CCIV, this one, God, once again today, it's shot way up there, got up to like almost 26 bucks. So I had all those contracts on the 25s, and I looked at what made the most sense and everything and how it's all moving. So what I did is I rolled out the contracts, and I'll show you guys the trades here. I rolled out these 25s. I had 1,700 of them. They were definitely underwater there for me, but not as bad. At one point, they were really underwater. And that's a big position, 170,000 shares, especially when this thing was at 26 bucks. I was like, ugh. So I rolled those out into the 27s for next week. And what I'm also going to do, I didn't complete it today. I only got, and these ones here, this will expire worthless. So this was a nice $80,000 profit on this one for the week for the 25 puts. And that frees up a bunch more cash too. But these 27s, I sold, now I'm totally confused. Oh, hold on a second. And these expired worthless too. So we picked up that $8,000. That was a hedge against the long position of the 30s I had. So what I'm doing is these 1200s, they're 98 cents. Today they're if CCIV goes up, these are going to move a lot quicker than this one is to go up. So hopefully this goes up. If this goes up, if CCIV gets up to like $26, $27 quickly in the week, this is going to be, $1.50, $2, and this will probably be $1.75. So I'm going to move these 1,200 contracts into the 30. I think CCIV will be above 30 bucks, on the merger with Lucid when it happens right before that in July. But we can keep hedging it every week with the 27, 28, 29s. It's still four or 5 weeks out, so we can pick up that money. Also, I had to do something with this position because I had those 25s. I either had to buy back, take the loss, and I wanted to do something that was creative. So right now, these 1,200, so we have 1,700 here, 1,200 here. So I could either, if I hedge them all here, then I need to move all these into the 30s, and then I have that $3 hedge. Now, if all of a sudden it goes to 28 bucks next week, then it's it'll be another lopsided, but these would probably be about $3. So there's a lot of different things going on here. Just have to make sense of what makes the most sense. So I'll show you guys. We can pull up some charts on that. But here, first let me show you guys all the trades I did today, because like I said, I did quite a bit of stuff today, so you guys can see hopefully it makes a little bit more sense. One trade, I sold those 100 calls, or that extra 10,000 shares I bought. I went ahead and sold those, so we picked up $3,700 here. Then I did this rollout for an extra 19-cent credit. So this is basically an extra $10,000, $9,500 I picked up. And I figured, AMC wasn't going anywhere. I could have even gone lower. We really made some more money. But I was like, you know what? 10,000, 9,500, it's free money. Might as well pick it up. It all adds up. And this is where I did that rollout of the CCIV on those 1,700 contracts to the. So it cost me 15 cents. But like I said, I think this will be a better position. It gives us 2 points of upside, which will be worth a lot. And then this is that rollout of those other 500 at 10 cents. You can see the spread is a lot bigger now, but I think this one will do really well for us. So what you want to look at is you want to look at the valuations of where your the prices of everything and how the market will move. So if you take CCIV and you look at, like, let's say the $25 strike right now versus the 30. So if CCIV goes up 2-3 points, if we come way out here to the 23rds, there we go. So what you want to look at is if we come way out here, like the 27s are $1.78, $1.90. And we have the 30s, which were $1.23, but if you look at like the 25s, they're $2.22. So if you take that, if this thing moves 2 or 3 points, this could be the third. If this thing moves 2 points, the 30s will be worth around $1.77, $1.28. Well, that's a pretty big spread, so we have to look at the 208 or somewhere in there. But we'll pick up like 75 cents on a $2 upswing. The thing is, and for those to become for next week for the 27s, right here at 36 cents, the stock has to be at 27.36. So if the stock was to go to 27.36, these would be flat. But I'd pick up, like I said, $170,000 on the other position. So that's definitely what I'm looking at. AMC, this is another one. Like I said, I could have hedged it or something, but it seems like these things run, and I'll show you too. As you guys we've talked about before, when the meme stocks seem to crash, so does cryptocurrency. And once again, Bitcoin is down a couple of thousand, especially from its highs, down 3,500 today. But it's falling again, and it seems like into the weekends. And of course, our Coinbase portfolio is down. Yesterday, we were up to 67,000 at one point. Or wow, 68,000, and now we're down to 62,000. So when cryptocurrencies seem to fall, that stuff seems to fall too. But like on AMC when we look at it. So for next week, I have some options here. That the 60s are only $2.80 right now, and with the stock sitting around 54, it's 460. If it spikes up and we get a little volatility, the other thing is that the volatility is just way low right now, so the premiums aren't as good. But hopefully, if AMC comes back, and I'd like to sell. If I could sell these 60s for $3.54 again, I would be happy, because I'd be if we get $4 on 60,000 shares, it's 240,000, and that gives us basically 6 points of upside. So that'd be like 10 points. So on 60,000 shares, if we got called out next week, I got $600,000 in profit. Like I said, my goal for next week, I want to be at $7.5 million, up 50% for the first 6 months of the year. That's my goal. Hopefully we hit it. We had a terrific week this week. Like I said, I'll show you guys some pretty cool stats and stuff. But yeah, let me take a couple of questions from you guys. Slot Machine Wins by Chico. Nice flip on Wish. Thank you so much. G. Gilliam, have you lost on meme stocks to date? The biggest one I've lost on, I've hedged, but I had probably lost a little bit, was the GameStop puts on it. Just did not work in our favor and stuff all the time. Kyle, Raja, you get into Nikola. I have traded that one before, but not in a while. Wally, AMC is losing the support. I sold all my shares today. I think it's going to go down. Do you agree? I don't think it should be worth anything, but you got to remember, they raised a lot of capital and sold a lot of shares in this $50 price range. Here's the thing. If money comes into it, it's going to run. If money doesn't come into it, it's going to tank. Look at Nike today. Had a blowout earnings. That one, did tremendous. But, look at this one. Here's another meme one. Rallied the other day and then sold off heavily back down to like $11, $12. And then today got as high as $20.75 on an all-time new high. Just another total waste of a company, meme play. But look at this thing. I mean, it was up at one point today, 60, 70%. if you look at like the 5-day chart on this thing, it looks like a roller coaster. I mean, it's all the way up here, then it came all the way back down, and spiked up again today. So, it just depends what people are picking and what they want to play, and how fast and stuff it moves. So, Christopher, if you bought a rental condo in cash, how long before you would want your money back? So most of my real estate, I always look for usually about a 10% cap rate because the market is so hot and prices are through the roof. Most cap rates that people are selling stuff for in investments are usually about 6-7%. So a cap rate is basically interest, or it'd be the value of what you're making on your money. So I look to make minimum 10% on my real estate, but a lot of the newer real estate I'm buying in the more recent, especially in this year, has probably been in the 6 to 8% range. But what I'm betting on is I'll be able to raise lease prices, and I'm also betting on the fact that if the property goes up in value, you have increases there. But I don't have any debt service, but if you were servicing debt and you're paying 3-4% interest and you're only making a 6-7% return on investment, and all of a sudden something breaks, you have to replace a roof, you have to replace a dishwasher, I don't know. You could have very tight cash flow, so you always have to be very careful with that kind of stuff. Rod, I'm new to options. When you say write contracts, do you mean buying puts? Well, writing or selling contracts. So I own the stock on some of those. So I'm selling contracts against the stock, giving somebody the right to buy the stock at a set strike price. Buying options is just buying options. If you want to, like CCIV, the 30s, I'm just buying those as a regular option. So. Nathan got destroyed in TRCH this week. Sorry to hear that. No clue what that one is. TRCH. Torchlight Energy Resources. Well, it's up a little bit today, so a little comeback. But yeah. If you own this one at $9-10, you're down 50% this week. So hopefully it comes back for you. Looks like you caught it at the very top of the range. It looks like the base on this is about $3-4. So. Hopefully it comes back for you, but I don't know anything about that one. So, Mitchell Pilot, $5 super chat. Do you have any real estate outside of Colorado? Yes, I do. I have some in Georgia, Montana, and I think that's all right now. I think all my other stuff, other states I've sold, but I do have stuff in those. I may have one house left in one of the Carolinas. I had 2 houses there, but I did sell one of them, I think. So I thought I may have sold both. I don't know. I definitely have Georgia and Montana. So back in the day, I'll tell you guys a funny story here real quick. Back in the day in Montana on eBay, they had this ad for all this real estate for sale. So I wound up buying up about 30 properties, or maybe 35, somewhere in there. I don't know. A lot of property in a town called Cut Bank, Montana. Never been there. I think if you go look at my personal Facebook page, there's some pictures because I went all the way out there and I took a picture with like some giant bear in the middle of the town. Or it was something that is known for. But Scott Reich, my partner and attorney, flew us up there in the private plane, and we never been there. I was there for a couple hours to tour it, but I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my God, these I'm buying all these houses for like brick houses, $17,000, $22,000, 1-car garage. I was like, this is the steal of the day. I was like, how can they sell so cheap? Well, a couple of things I didn't know at the time, or I really didn't research at the time, was property taxes are through the roof and rents were horrific. And then when you had to do a repair, it was just like the normal price. So you have these properties that were very cheap, but it was very little money. So 30 properties in Cut Bank, Montana may have a value of less than like $1 million. Now they've come up, and as the market's improved, I just keep selling them off because I honestly hate housing. Of course, I did buy 2 houses in the last month, but I hate residential. For me, I like commercial properties. I really like warehouse space and retail. Those are my 2 favorite things, but I do have a lot of office space. I have a couple of office buildings that are pretty big. But yeah, I like stuff you can see. The problem with the residential, especially, I knock on wood, I got very lucky during the pandemic. I only had one really bad tenant that played a lot of games with us and took a while to finally evict him. But we did get him out, and we got that property released. But residential, and especially with this pandemic, and now they just extended it another month, this rental moratorium, it's very hard to play all that and stuff. So you have to be very careful with all that. And the problem is, and this is the other thing with the cap rates, like on residential, let's say you have a house, and you have a very thin spread of the profit every month, and all of a sudden a tenant doesn't pay you for 2-3 months, takes you 90 days to evict him, then you finally get him out of there and you evict him, and he does $5,000 in damage, and let's say your spread, after you pay your mortgage and property tax and the rent, because it's a 6% cap rate or something, it's only like $500 a month, and all of a sudden you don't collect rent for 3 months. It's very scary, and if the market doesn't keep going up, and you just bought it fresh, and you don't have the whereabouts to withstand a downside, you're screwed. What if the market comes down 20%? If it flew up 20, 30, 40%, what if it comes down 10, 20%? So definitely got to be careful with all that stuff. The real high roller, Pickle and Simon are in Vegas. Oh my God, you got to be kidding me. I had no idea. No, I think everybody knows that. And if you guys didn't see, the Pickle hit the grand at MGM for like $63,000 today. So just a little while ago. So he's all excited. Brandon, never traded options before. Any recommendations as far as a good learner videos? I would just search on YouTube how to trade option videos. There's hundreds of them, and I think they're pretty well done. Also, the CBOE, Chicago Board of Option Exchange, they have some good videos out also. But it's the thing with options and all the terminology, it just scares people. They're nothing, very easy to do, and you just have to very easy to do. Just take a look at them and stuff. Mitchell Pilot, let me know if you buy any houses in San Antonio, Texas. I'd be a great tenant. None right now. No plans currently. So, Lady Dice Slots. Roger makes money. I hope you're in Tampa next week. Go Tampa Bay Lightning. I hope so too. God, I wanted to go somewhere. I'm going to be in Vegas and Tampa next week. So all my chips are on Tampa right now. If Tampa plays Monday, I'll go down Sunday. If Tampa plays Tuesday, I'll go down Monday. But God, if you asked me a month ago who was going to be in the finals, I definitely wanted to pick Montreal Canadiens, New York Islanders, and I don't think that's New York's a good market, I guess, for all of Canada, but I don't know. I don't know. It's probably I don't know what matchup. I think people really would have liked to have seen like a New York Islander Vegas matchup would have been good, or of course Tampa. But I can't. I'm still in shock that one, the Avalanche are out, and two, the Knights. They were the two favorite teams. So I think a lot of people just underrated Montreal because the Canadian teams didn't play any American teams, so nobody honestly really knew how they compared. So. And honestly, I didn't really watch any teams in Canada playing during the season because it was kind of like Canada was secluded up there, and it's kind of like they were on their own league up there, and you had all the NHL teams in this lower states that were playing together. So I don't know, somebody really misjudged that one for sure. But like I said, cryptocurrency's coming back down today. Different stuff moving around. You got to keep up on all these and. Hopefully getting some good ones. But I want to share this. This is some interesting stuff. So, since this beginning here, the last 30 days, I want to show you guys. So we've had some really good gains. So 1 month gain on the portfolio for 1 month, 1.6 million. I was looking at some stuff, and if you look at the 3 month, 1.4 million. And if you look at 6 month, 2 million. But we had that $500,000 infusion, so it's about 1.5. But it's interesting when you look at these charts of, we were all the way down to $4.8 million, and now we're up to 7.5, so over a $3 million comeback, basically, since May 10th. So we've done very good. That was that big CCIV rally, and like I said, it's like a progressive jackpot. We just had to wait for it to hit. Unfortunately, while I was waiting for it to hit, I did some other crazy stuff. But like I said, you got to have some fun. You got to try some new things. But we're getting near our all-time highs. We're about 600,000-700,000 off. I was hoping to break, back above 7 million today. Unfortunately, I didn't, or 7.5 with that extra 5. But like I said, my goal is to get this account up to hopefully 8 million by next week. That's my goal. I want to finish the year, or finish the first 6 months up 50%. Nathan, what's up? Roger makes money. Not much, buddy. How you doing? Christopher, I have 8 AMC CC. I have 8 AMC CC to sell this week. I'm waiting for a pop Monday, Tuesday before I sell them. I have 8 AMC. I'm not sure what a CC is. I have 8 AMC, but maybe 8 contracts or 8 shares. Hopefully it pops. So Donley, AMC is going to short squeeze. The data is ridiculous. Everybody keeps saying this, but it's not doing it. So hopefully it does. Trust me, I got 60,000 shares of it. If anybody wants to see it, sure. I would want nothing more than to wake up Monday morning and this thing's up 10 points. Let's see this $78 again on it. So, covered calls. There you go. So you have 8 covered calls. Well, if they're covered, if you've already covered your calls, well, I guess I don't even know your strike price, but if they're covered calls, then it really, you can't really sell it. If you sold covered calls against it, you'd get called out at the strike price, I'm assuming. So, not sure exactly what your question is, or let's just hope AMC goes up. We have a lot of it in play, but as you saw, GameStop's been coming down again. GameStop was $340. Now it's back down to $199. At some point, these are going to crash. They've all raised a lot of capital. They have a lot of cash on hand, but it really doesn't matter how much cash you have on hand. They're not doing stock buybacks. So it'll be interesting where all these go here in the future. But guys, I hope you all have a terrific weekend. I've had a terrific week. I'm very happy. Up over 600 grand plus this week, so can't complain. Was a winning week. Unfortunately, the 3-day winning streak was snapped today, but hopefully we'll get it all back Monday plus some. And hey guys, have a terrific week, and thank you so much. Hope you guys have just a wonderful weekend, and I'll see everybody Monday for Raj Makes Money, unless I'm on the road. Fingers crossed Tampa Bay wins. I'll be in Florida, but take care guys. And